Welcome to NOLA Wargaming. It's me, Big Fat, and I've got another hobby update for you. So this time, instead of looking at the army that I'll be building, this is the army that Mrs.BigFat will be building, the Dwarven holds. I talked a little bit about this last time, that I was really excited about this, that there were a lot of great miniatures out there that I really wanted to work on, and I'd been looking around, and at the last second, Mrs. BigFat said that I couldn't do it because she was going to use her miniatures herself, and that I couldn't use all of hers. So yeah, so this is not the first time that she's told me that she is going to assemble a Dwarven force, and I spent a whole bunch of money on it because these are the miniatures that she wanted, and it didn't get done. So yeah, it looked an awful lot like that. And I was a little sad because there were some great miniatures out there I've been looking at, and that I really, really wanted to take a look at. And we're going to look at some of them now because they are some beautiful, beautiful miniatures. All right, so in her first month, she's planning on painting up 30 clan warriors from Skyrim Miniatures, and that's their, I guess they're just the female dwarf warrior miniatures. And these things they're great. I mean, they're not bad or anything like that. They're really nice models. They're great warrior models. And she's going to be painting these up just for the warriors. These Seekers from Bits of War from Cromlech are fantastic. I love these things. I wanted to go, if I was the one doing this, I would have gone with a lot more Seekers than just 12, just because I love these miniatures. These are great Seekers. But she wasn't quite as enthusiastic about them as I was. But yeah, so this is her first month. Originally, she was going to paint like all of her infantry in 1 month. She had 60 models she was going to do, and I was like, nope, you're not going to do that. That's not going to get done. That was a good way to go back to the lighting my money on fire thing again. So yeah, so her first month is going to be this. Her second month, she decided that she wanted to go with Greybeards, which I have more aptly named as Grey Braids. She's still going to use the Skyrim miniatures for that. So we have, 60, 70 Skyrim miniatures over here, which look fantastic. They're, for the most part, single part resins. You do have to put like the weapon heads on each one of the weapons, which is kind of a pain in the ass, but that's not a big deal. It's one part, and I really like one part miniatures because, you can just take them out of the box, glue them onto a base, and you're good to go. So over here, this is where stuff really gets exciting. These miniatures from Atlantis Miniatures are gorgeous. Oh my god, these things are great. I've been looking at this company for a few months now, even before they got reviewed in the War Scroll. Yeah. And not War Scroll. The newsletter that's over on the Ninth Age website. Fantastic newsletter, by the way. I keep up with it every time they release a new one. I think they do it every couple of months. But I've been looking at them. I've been looking at Atlantis Miniatures for a few months now, and they have some beautiful miniatures. They're not just female dwarves. So if you're looking for more male dwarves, that's your thing. They have some beautiful male dwarves as well. Yeah, I'm trying to think. They have some nice orcs and goblins. Didn't they? Or was that something that's coming out soon? Anyway, I'm going to be back to them because they have some beautiful miniatures. Mrs. BigFat also said that she wanted some artillery, and I went searching around the internet for artillery, and it was either the bear cav, the bear cannon from Skyver, or probably some stuff from Privateer Press. But I mean, look, it's the bear cannon. I'm bear cannon, so that won out. Yeah, it's a beautiful miniature. I can't wait for it to come in. It hasn't come in yet. Skyver usually takes a little while for their stuff to get here. All the basing that we're doing, or I guess all the basing that Mrs. BigFat is doing until she doesn't do it, is from Skyver Miniatures. So we're using I think it's the Celtic basing for the entire army. So here is for month 4, and this is, yeah. This is great. So we have the Vengeance Seeker coming from Avatars of War. Just one. We could have put 2 in, but Kristen only wanted one of them, so we're just getting one. It's a great little miniature. I'm going to bend the axis a bit more so it looks a bit more dynamic, but that's what it's going to look like. This beer wagon made me so sad. I've been looking at the beer wagon from Privateer Press for a while now because I love this thing. It looks great. It's got so much potential. And I've been looking, like I said, I've been looking at the Atlantis miniatures, and I was like, oh, this Queen miniature looks great, but it's got to go on top of something. So I had this plan. I was going to put it in the crow's nest, and then Mrs.BigFat ruined everything when she said that she was going to use this army and not me. So, oh my God. It was such a great idea. Now it's her idea. So she has these. That beer wagon is in a lot of pieces. So she's got her work cut out for her on that one. It looks fantastic. Privateer Press is a lot of good stuff. And a little pricey here and there. I mean, the beer wagon was like 150, 160 bucks or something like that. So not cheap. But when I was looking at this thing, I was like, I can't believe there's not a beer wagon in the Dwarven Holds list. There needs to be. So if anybody from anybody out there on the dev team is like, hey, look, I think we need some sort of chariot thing to go in the Dwarven Holds army, add the beer wagon because beer wagon. I think it's really cool. So yeah, and then just a basic runesmith model that we pulled out from Reaper. We've got a few of these things. I think that's the one she's going with. She actually hasn't decided. We have, I think, 3 different runesmiths from Reaper. They all look pretty cool. So this is a bunch of the bits so far. It's not anywhere near the number of the Skyber. I think we have another like 4 boxes of Skyber miniatures that go on here. But yeah, it looks fantastic. I have been scouring the internet for female dwarf models for a while now, ever since Mrs.BigFat went and found the Skyber ones and said that she wanted them. But unfortunately, they're rather limited across the internet. You don't find as many, fantasy female miniatures as, I guess not as you'd expect. I guess you would kind of expect not to find quite as many of them, but I'm still looking. Hopefully somebody out there will make some crossbows or thunderers or something like that, as female miniatures or female miners. I think that would be awesome. But so far, no. If anybody out there knows of a company that's either kickstarting or thinking about it, or if like Atlantis Miniatures is looking for some new Dwarven miniatures they want to do that. Because I would totally buy the shit out of that. Yeah, everything looks good so far. We still, like I said, I'm still waiting on the Skyber miniature stuff. I'm still waiting on Avatar's War to send that one Vengeance Seeker. And yeah, that's it. Everything else is here. Oh, man, I guess I'm still waiting on the other half of the Crown Lek order too. Oh well, okay, so maybe Mrs.BigFat has a lot of stuff she's still waiting on. But it's looking good so far. And if you like any of these miniatures, I mean, go right to these guys. These are fantastic miniature companies. I've ordered from all of them except for Atlantis before. This is the first time I've ordered something from them. And yeah, that's all I got. I'll make another one of these as soon as I get an update from somebody else. All right, thanks.